One of the greatest trips of my life was coming here in 1990, so 34 years later, here again. I wasn't competing at that time. It was before I was on tour. We didn't have an event here. Little to most, maybe all the surfers on tour know, there was a surf contest, a world tour specialty event here back around that time that I think Tom Curran beat Glenn Winton in the finals in about 2-foot cloud break. But yeah, one of the great waves in the world, my favorite place in the world to be and stay, and my favorite wave. We're just fortunate a place like this exists. And if we can get a swell with a big interval, it doesn't have to be a giant swell or a very big swell. As long as it has good interval, the wave just really starts to show what it is. That doesn't look like we're going to get that in this forecast, so we're going to get some medium-sized surf with a small interval. So it'll probably be a really performance-based event, maybe a few tubes here and there, but it's going to be more about the overall performance. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. I think Fiji Cloud Break is the ultimate Dream Tour wave. It really started, it was, the idea of the Dream Tour was really launched, I think, in '95 with G-Land. But by that time, we had Pipeline as a world tour event for 25 years. But, to adventure and go somewhere like we had to get to G-Land back then, it was even from Bali as a mission to get to G-Land back then. Now there's speedboats and helicopters, and it's not, that same idea of the way old surf movies were, and a contest like that is not the same. The information was being sent out revolutionarily around the world by fax machine at the time, and occasional image would go out to somebody on the day. But yeah, it's the Dream Tour is to find the best waves in the right season, and I think that's what we're dealing with here. My favorite dream, my favorite memory was a good one and a bittersweet one as well. 11 years ago, my nephew was about to be born. I tried to stay home in Florida to see him as he was born, but I had to leave to come to the contest. And I told my little brother, I said, I'm going to go win that trophy and bring it back to your son. I came to Fiji, and within about 12 hours, my nephew was born. I won the contest, but unfortunately also we lost one of the chiefs in the village. Chief Barracuda passed away that same day. So it was a really emotional day for me, but it was a bittersweet celebration on the island with all the girls in the kitchen and everyone there, and they waited till after the event was over to tell me about Barracuda. But he was a dear friend, and we would stay in his house. A lot of times when we'd leave Tavarua for the year or that trip, we would stay in his home with his family. So that was a really special memory for me, dedicated to him and my nephew. Yeah, I love that energy. I love being around all the best surfers in the world and in the competition. At the same time, I'm definitely feeling distance from it, and in a positive way. I was starting to itch this week at traveling and chasing waves. Aside from the contest, there's a really good hurricane on the East Coast, and I was just like, man, I wouldn't be upset if I wasn't in the event, but at the same time, it's cloud break and it's Tavarua, and it's kind of my, second family, and I'm super happy to be here. In saying that, I wouldn't be anywhere else, but I still have that itch to chase good waves and find those really fun moments in places I haven't been. So.